Welcome, everybody. It is September 18th, and this is our Diesel Nation coaching sneak peek. My name is Christina Delgado, and I'll be one of three hosts tonight. You'll hear my story, talk about how I got started as a Beachbody coach, what coaching has done for me, and then I'm going to have my sister, Becky. Wave, Becky. Wave, Becky. So Becky is my sponsor. She sponsored me into the business because she inspired me with her results with P90X and Insanity. And we partnered up way back in 2010, believe it or not, to start building this team that has, I'm going to be corny for a second, created this dream. I've been rhyming a lot lately, but bear with me. It's just changed. The business has changed our lives. More importantly, Beachbody and our team has changed our lives. And then lastly, I've invited Suzette Solaris, who is one of my personally sponsored coaches, to share her journey into becoming a coach, kind of what was that deciding factor for her to come onto our team, and how her business has changed in the last couple of years, and how Beachbody has changed her life. And I'm really excited for her to share. This is the first time that she shares on a coaching sneak peek. And so she has an amazing personality. She bleeds Beachbody blue. And so hopefully she'll inspire you, and I hope I inspire you, and Becky inspires you to think a little bit different for your life, about trying something new that might be a little bit scary for you, might be a little different for you, but can absolutely enhance. Enhance is a good word. It'll enhance everything about your life, your health, your fitness, your finances, if you choose to join as a coach, your relationships, your personal growth, your attitude, your motivation. I mean, there's so much that is intertwined in becoming a coach, in joining our community and Team Beachbody, that we hope to impart on you today, so that you can make that that decision. Because I'm going to ask you to make that decision at the end of this call to join us, because there's some faces on this call that I'm looking at right now that have taken this opportunity and embraced it for all that it is, and have really improved their lives in so many ways. And we want that for each and every single one of you. Even though it's a little bit scary, even though you don't quite understand what all of this is, hopefully by the end of tonight, we have answered some of your questions. We have answered some of your maybe misconceptions about the business, what it is, what it's not, how much time is involved in all of this, to, kind of let you to dream a little bit for your life and realize that you can do this too. So let me share my story with you, and then I'll turn it over to Becky. So 10 years ago, I was a practicing lawyer here in Miami, Florida. It was always my dream to go to law school, and I did that. Had a long time my phone is just going nuts. Sorry, guys. Long time relationship with my husband, Danny. We met when I was 15 years old, and got married during law school. I was like certifiably insane. If you know anyone that's gone to law school, or if you've gone to law school yourself, planning a wedding during that time period was probably not the smartest thing, but we did it anyway. Got the job, and then 4 years into our marriage, we had Marley, and then shortly thereafter we had DJ. And it was during that time period when I was a practicing lawyer, raising two babies, juggling a fairly new marriage, that I watched my sister, who was in a very similar circumstance as me, tough job, two babies. I watched her get in shape with two of our programs that you might have heard before, P90X and Insanity. And she inspired me. That really is what this is all about, that someone does it before you, which is your coach, inspires you to change, and then the rest is history. She literally would wake up in the morning, and I don't want to share her story. It's her story to tell, but it is a huge part of my story too, because it was that age-old statement that if she could, I could. And I felt that. And at the time, I hated the way I looked. I had horrible eating habits. I smoked a pack of cigarettes a day. I mean, just terrible, terrible, terrible habits. I had no energy. My nutrition was laughable. Um, and then she did this thing, got in shape, stumbled onto the coaching opportunity. It took her a few days to sign up as a coach. And then she said, Chris, there's this shake that Beachbody made, and it's called Shakeology. And at that moment, I was kind of desperate. I really needed something to make me feel better again and to, give me back my confidence, which I was lacking. I'm sure if you have kids and you've gone through that process of, before kids and then during pregnancy and then after, how you kind of lose yourself, which is a common story that a lot of us moms have. Well, that was me too, plus the stressful job, plus all of this. I needed a simple, something I could do that was simple every single day that was going to make a difference. And so I started drinking Shakeology. And Becky told me that if I signed up as a coach, I mean, she wanted me to sign up as a coach so she can advance to Emerald. That's for another day. But she said you can get a discount, 25% off if you become a coach. So if you're going to be drinking the shake every single day, every single month, and all year long, then you might as well sign up. I said, fine. So literally, she took a few days to sign up. That's all she needed to tell me. I ran to my computer. I signed up as a coach, and I wanted nothing to do with the business. When I'm telling you guys that I wanted all the success in the world for my sister. When she said, I'm going to run with this, I have a goal, I want to hit that goal, I need it, I said, I will help you. I will help you do that, but I'm not going to do the business myself. Despite we were completely drowning in debt. This was, if you think back to the time period when Becky and I became coaches, it was when the financial markets collapsed. Like, the economy took a dive. We were in the worst recession ever. My husband and I had real estate properties. We lost that. We almost lost our home. Remember, I went to law school. That's $80,000 worth of law school loans that we still had to pay off. Plus, despite having had financial success during the time that I was in law school through my husband and his business, I still racked up like 20 something or 30 something thousand dollars in credit card debt that I swear to this day, I don't even know why that happened, but you get comfortable and you start whipping out credit cards to buy this, that, and the other thing. And all of a sudden you are caught in this horrible, horrible financial situation. Despite that, you guys, despite all of that, I didn't really want anything to do with the business. I would make a few sales here and there, but it wasn't anything that I had this big vision to do or all that good stuff. Like, that was just not something that I wanted. I wanted to focus on my career. I identified myself as a lawyer. That's what I wanted to do. But there's always a but, right? Becky invited me to an event and I went with her. It was a January 2011. So it was a few months after I became a coach. And I was sitting in that room, and it was the first time that I had heard, not the first time, but live, had heard someone else's success story other than my sister's success story with the products. And then on top of that, I started hearing about the success that people were having in the business. And I don't know what came over me that day, but they talked about a trip to the Bahamas. And I was like, we haven't gone on a trip anywhere in years because there was no disposable income to do this. And they said, if you hit this marker every single month in your business, then you get to go to the Bahamas. And not just the Bahamas, you get to go to Atlantis in the Bahamas. And I remember looking at Becky and saying, that's a no-brainer. Like, let's do this. And it was that following month that I hit the ground running. Becky was already running, but I hit the ground running with her, which is what this whole business is about. It's doing it together. And we just started hitting goals and learning and letting our vision expand and hustling, because there is a hustle, and leaning into the challenges because there are challenges, and just treating this business like a business. And I'll never forget, I started going to events with my sister. Our team members started going to events with her, and it was one of our first summits, if not the first summit. And I remember sitting there in the audience and hearing a sentence that really forever changed the way that I saw this business and how I treated this business, and then how I grew the business with Becky. And it said, if this business could pay you $1 million, why aren't we treating it like $1 million business? And I was like, wait, what? You know, like, wait, this business can do what? And I just remember like my whole life flashing before my eyes, as corny as that is, but saying, man, Chris, you can do this. If that person can do it, you can too. And if that one can do it, and if that one can do it, because there was a lot of people that were doing it, and in all sorts of ways, right? There was really, you know, people really killing it and making a lot of money. There was people that were making a great part-time income. There was people, but everybody seemed to be happy, you know, and that was one thing that I wasn't fulfilled fully. And I didn't really realize that until I became a coach, that I wasn't really fully fulfilled in life, which this allowed me to see that there is more rewarding things to do with your time than just waking up, going to work, coming home, cooking dinner, bathing the kids, and going to sleep. Like, you can do things and connect with other people that can really impact everything about your life. And that's what Beachbody started to do with me. So fast forward, you guys, I went all in. Becky went all in. Our team members started going all in. And in 2013, I set the goal to retire from the practice of law. This is not one of those calls where I say everybody has to do that and we want you to do that. No. There's people on our team that love their 9-to-5s. I liked being a lawyer. It's not something that I post like, oh, I hated it. No, I actually did. I love the challenge. But at one point, this business, and I said this once, and it was even one of those moments where like, did I just say that? That it didn't make financial sense to continue practicing law. Like, my time was better served doing this than that. And that just blew me away. So in 2014, I retired. I don't know if that's a good word to use, but I did stop working at the law firm. And my sister and I have done amazing things with this business. I think the most amazing thing is our team. And I hope you get a sense of that tonight, that we do have this, very family-oriented environment. We believe that everyone is important, from our discount coaches, who I was when I signed up, to our coaches that do this to just gain a part-time income, and then to coaches that do this full-time, right? Like Becky and I, and a lot of coaches on our team that have found this to be a very financially rewarding opportunity and do it full-time in their lives, and everybody in between. And so, I love this. And what I hope for tonight is that you're inspired by our stories, you're inspired by our hearts, our experiences, and that you take that leap. It's one of those things that you don't know until you know, right? You don't know until you're in the team. You don't know until you start meeting our coaches. You don't know until you start your program. You don't know until you start drinking your shake and your collagen and all the amazing stuff that we have to offer, how this can impact you. So that's my story. Now I'm going to turn it over to my sister, Becky, who's going to share her story and then how we earn in the business.
Thank you, Chris. Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody is well. So yeah, our story is completely intertwined at the beginning. We have a lot of overlap, but I just want to say that I want you guys to really allow yourself to dream tonight, and to really just open your mind, kind of let your guard down, because this is a blessing. And you're going to hear a lot of stories and a lot of emotion and a lot of overcoming, but it can happen for you. It's not just made for us. You can find a place on our team, and there's so many different aspects of this business, and you can find a place where you'll feel fulfilled and happy and find joy if you just let it enter into your life. So I want to start at the day, because right now I'm thinking about the moment when I was going to sign up, and that's where you're probably right now. Your mind is spinning, your heart is racing, you're probably thinking, well, all the objections, right, are going through your mind, like, is this for me? Am I going to fail? What, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have experience. What if I don't have time? I sat at my office July 13th, 2010, asking myself the exact same questions. I was sitting at my office in the construction company. I was a senior estimator at that point, and I was feeling great about myself because I had achieved 2 years of P90X and Insanity under my belt, and I had done something with my body that I never thought possible. I got in kick-ass shape after having 2 back-to-back kids. My kids are only 16 months apart, and at 30, what was I, 33 or 34, I was looking better than I did before I had kids. So I was feeling so confident and just sexy and like a woman. I'm like, whoa, I'm so proud of myself. But at the same time, I felt like crap at work. I was super unfulfilled and unhappy. And luckily, this opportunity fell in my lap. But at the moment when I was going to sign up, I had all these doubts. But what I want you guys to do is take a different approach. And one of the things that I have learned over the years is how to look at things in a different, how to change the perspective, shift the gears so that you can open your mind to the possibilities. And I asked myself a different question, but what if this is the solution? What if I succeed and this changes the course of my life? And with that, I signed up as a coach. Now, like my sister said, at that point, I had been 2 years since I had gotten a raise. I had a really good job, but construction was doing really, really bad. And my husband and both of us were in construction. No raises, no bonuses, putting all our expenses on credit cards, mounting debt, foreclosure, you name it, nanny expenses. Our money was not enough. We were just drowning, which made me feel really terrible because I had done everything that my parents wanted me to do. I went to college, got a really good job at the company where I wanted to work. Things were moving in the right direction, and then all of a sudden we hit a wall. And I couldn't understand how it was possible that I have this amazing career, studied super hard, climbed the corporate ladder, get to senior estimator as a woman in a male-dominated industry, and then we couldn't survive. I couldn't stand that feeling of not having control of my future, of my finances, of just not knowing, are we gonna lose our house? Where are we gonna live? It was terrible. And all that time that we were going through this, I kept praying for an opportunity. Little did I know it was under my nose the entire time. I just was not ready to accept it. So I want you guys to open your eyes because the opportunity is right here under your nose now. I started as a customer, like many of you. I fell in love with the products first. You don't have to have a transformation like the one I had. I just have always been into fitness, but I did use that because I wanted other men and women to feel as good as I felt. So I was, of course, shouting it from the rooftops. Now, the day that I signed up, I didn't know what I was doing, but I did know that I had deep belief in myself, in the products, and I wanted to go out there and earn an extra income. And my first goal, which is really important part of my story, is that I wanted to earn $50 a week to help pay for the diapers. Now, that's $200 a month. And I want you just to think right now, what would an extra $200 do for you? Would it help you pay your weeks of groceries, or maybe your car payment, or maybe some gas? Will it help you cover the diapers? For me, that was huge, and it was an immediate impact, something that I could feel, right? Because it was an extra income that was being spent on something very specific, and that kept me looking forward, and it kept me excited on helping more people because I knew that in turn I was helping my family and I was growing as a person. And like my sister said, I did hit the ground running. I kept upping that goal, and in turn, we started building a team, and we all started getting excited, and it started this real excitement in my life and this fulfillment that I wasn't feeling in corporate America. You know, time went on, and yes, this business is hard, and there's been ups and downs. All the coaches on this call will shake their head and say, yes, there are challenges, but the benefits far outweigh any of the challenges that are thrown at you, because at the end of the day, you're growing as a person, you have a community, you're getting fit and healthy, and you're doing something for your future. So open your eyes to that. And you know, I want you to really think about who invited you here, because it took them, you know, a little bit of courage to invite you, because that's what we always do, is find the people in our lives that need a solution like this, and we invite them. So thank them, and start thinking about at least 3 people in your life right now that are looking to get fit and healthy. That's what you want to start thinking about, because they're the ones that are going to start the journey with you. So fast forward, we went to Atlantis, we had an awesome time, we went up, and we just started growing this team and this community and this family. And fast forward to, I actually not retired. I fired my boss. I left construction in August of 2013. I almost forgot. So 6 years ago. And in that time, we've done amazing things. But like Christy said, our goals don't have to be your goals. You can, you know, make the part-time income so that you can maybe take extra vacations or pay off debt, or just do the things that make you happy. But I want you to know that this opportunity can do that for you. And there's so many ways to earn income. So I'm going to talk about that now, since I see there's questions coming up about the income. So once you sign up as a coach, you're basically opening the door to retail sales. And at this point, and actually this has been a huge topic on our team lately, there are so many ways to make income with this business. It starts with the retailing. So you're going to make product sales, you're going to earn 25% commission. Luckily, we have such a wide range of products. Now we have collagen. Every woman on the planet wants collagen. I would start there. We have the Energize, which everybody loves, the pre-workout. And that can be basically, you can talk to anybody about that, anybody that works out, because they're going to love Energize. Those are all ways that you can earn income. So start thinking about those people in your life that you can connect with these products. We have challenge packs. Some of you who are already customers have probably invested in challenge packs, which is the combination of Shakeology, our superfood shake, and maybe Beachbody On Demand, or maybe To Be Mindset, our nutritional system. Those products are bundled by Beachbody, so the customer's getting their more bang for their buck. They're getting a discount, but we're getting a higher commission rate. So we always feel that the challenge pack is the best way to start, because you're getting the entire solution at a great price. So that's another way to earn income. We also have subscription commissions, like for Beachbody On Demand, and that you can connect so many people to Beachbody On Demand. It's such an amazing service. You can take your workouts anywhere, and there's different ways that you can sign people up with that, and you get a really nice commission for that. It's 50%. As you start building a team, because remember, this is a team sport, okay? I, unfortunately, at the beginning thought, well, why do I want to build a team? I want to sell all the Shakeology to everybody in Miami. I literally thought that. That was very selfish of me. Thank God that didn't happen. I realized quickly that there was no way that was going to happen. I needed people who believed as much as me in this business to help me get the word out to all the people in Miami and across the United States. Hence, Diesel Nation was born. So we worked together to earn income, and with that comes team cycle bonus. And I'm not going to go into how that's calculated, because tonight is not the place for that, but just know that that's where the residual income lies, and it's like a downline commission. So you are earning a percentage of what your team is selling, what they're buying as well. And it can be a really, really life-changing number. But that takes dedication, and it takes time, and it takes consistency, and it takes vision as well. You must learn how to communicate that. There's other commissions that come with team building, which are matching bonuses, and the bigger bonuses, which Beachbody takes all the sales, the volume made in a quarter, and they divide it up amongst the leaders, and those can be really nice numbers as well. But again, this is not a team, this is a team sport. You're gonna have to learn how to develop yourself and develop other leaders within your organization in order to be able to tap into those types of bonuses. So the income potential it's there, okay? And my sister and I have worked hard for it. It didn't fall out of the sky. It didn't happen overnight, but we did have eye-opening experiences through the beginning years of our journey, where we really saw what was going on here, the money that people were making, and we set the goal and we did the work, and we found other leaders that wanted to do what we were doing, and we started to develop. And it takes time, but it is there. And I just want to say that, to close, that you don't have to be a fitness professional. I'm sure some of you have seen me on social media and think that I'm that crazy fitness lady that does all those crazy things and shows her abs. You don't have to look like me. That's just me. It's what I like to look like. I like to do the crazy fitness. You don't have to be like that. You just have to be bold in wanting to live a healthy lifestyle. It's not about being perfect. It's not about being a nutritionist and eating perfect. It's just about you living your best life every day and working on progress and working to be a better person. That's what this community is all about. And that's one of my favorite things, is the growth that happens when you're tapped into our community. Because honestly, when I have changed a lot, and I don't think all the growth that I've done would have taken place if it wasn't for Team Beachbody and the influence of the community and all these women that are on our team that are so focused on being better. So I invite you to really open your heart to the opportunity tonight and to experience it and to give it a chance and to start thinking about the people in your life that need this solution as well.
Amen, sister. Bring it home. So you brought up time, and a lot of people thinking that they don't have time for something. And it's something that I've always really fully believed in. And I think you guys do too, Suzette, Becky, I mean, Melissa, all the coaches that are on this call, is that you prioritize what's important to you.
Absolutely.
Just like fitness, just like eating healthy, just like drinking your water, just like the business. When I remember starting this business, I remember having to make some sacrifices to make it work. But it was like this thing inside of me that I needed to do this. And so, yeah, there's going to be sacrifices. Like, we have this amazing thing called the No Snooze Crew, where our coaches get together at like ungodly hours of the morning to work out together, so that then they can hustle a little bit before the kids wake up or before heading off to work. And so, yeah, there's going to be that. But man, if you can use this to add that extra part-time income into your household by getting up a little bit earlier to get your workout in, being a little bold. One thing I've been hearing a lot lately, and maybe you guys have too, is I'm not on social media, or I'm a very private person. I will say that boldness on social media comes with time. I think Becky that would agree. That comes when you start developing that belief structure and the desire to share your story so that you can help other people. Like, it's almost like, I need to share, I need to post, because someone is going to read my story and connect with it and want to join my challenge group. And then if they join, and like, this is how I think, and then they join my challenge group, and then they drink Shakeology, and then they change their life. So it's like, let me just keep going. Let me just keep doing that, because that's such a rewarding feeling that I've seen happen over and over and over again. So I just wanted to kind of talk about that, because I experienced that time excuse a lot. I get that question a lot. Becky gets that question a lot of, how'd you do this while you were, working a full-time job, had babies at home, and still did this? It's because we just prioritized it in our lives, and it worked. So that definitely is an equation that everybody should fall back on. So now I'm going to do something different. We haven't shown this video on a sneak peek before, But just recently, we had this event that was so much fun where we actually did this. We did these presentations live in front of like a huge room full of people. We had Autumn Calabrese, who's created the 21-day fix and ultimate portion fix and so many of our awesome programs, 80-day obsession. She was there, and they played this one video that I fell in love with, and everybody loved it. So it's only 5 minutes long, and it's basically what coaches do. So give me 1 second. Can you guys see that?
So how does this coaching thing work?
It's pretty simple.
It comes down to 4 things.
First, you have to be the proof that our products really work.
And you start by making better food choices.
We have all the programs, tips, and tricks to make it easy. But don't worry, we're not saying to eat less so much as to eat smart. It's the key to achieving results and keeping them.
And so is getting a daily dose of superfood nutrition. That's Shakeology.
You also put fitness in the mix. This means working out with the Beachbody fitness program every day.
Every day? Well, not every day. Some programs are just 4 days a week.
The important thing is that you're following a program.
Consistency is how you get results.
For me, I start my morning with Beachbody Performance Energized, then my workout, then my Shakeology.
I actually like to start with Shakeology and a Power Green Boost.
Every coach finds a program and supplement routine that works for them.
That's how you become living proof that the products work. And people will notice. And they'll ask you, hey, you look good. What are you doing?
Beachbody.
What's a shake you're drinking?
Shakeology. You'll get results, and those results will inspire others to join you.
The second thing you do as a Team Beachbody coach is connect to people, invite them to your challenge group, and follow up with them.
We should probably describe what a challenge group is.
A challenge group is our name for an accountability group. We found that people stay on track with their fitness and nutrition when they're part of a group of people doing the same thing.
Not peer pressure, more like peer support. Like, hey, did you do your workout today?
Anyone else tried the new fix-it recipes on Beachbody On Demand?
Or, hey, who else decided for leg day?
It all happens online. No judging, just positive reinforcement to stay on track.
As a coach, you set up your group, invite people to join, and then keep them motivated to achieve their goals.
And with all the tools we have to help you, it's a snap.
When someone joins your group, they usually buy what we call a challenge pack, which includes a year subscription to Beachbody On Demand with over 1,000 programs and workouts, plus their first monthly shipment of Shakeology.
This is great for a bunch of reasons. First, it gives your customers everything they need to get their results.
Second, you get commissions on every product you sell.
This. When your customers get results for being in your challenge group, there's a good chance they'll be excited about becoming a coach too.
That is one of the ways your business grows, by building a team of coaches, building their own businesses.
And running a challenge group is the best way to get it wrong.
You'll spend part of each day posting to your group, encouraging them, holding them accountable, and recognizing their achievements. Running a challenge group is the most rewarding part about being a coach.
You make new friends. You find a great community.
And you fall in love with your own health and fitness.
You help other people get results.
And you get paid.
We forgot one thing.
Wait. I know what it is.
Personal development.
Right. We want you to be the best version of you
You never want to stop improving
and learning new things.
and getting more out of life. It's really the whole point.
Okay, so those are the 4 main things you do as a Beachbody coach. So let's go through them one more time. Thomas,
You eat right, work out with our programs, and drink Shakeology.
you connect to people so you can invite them to your challenge groups.
Then you lead those challenge groups so people get great results.
And you never stop working to improve your situation emotionally, physically, and financially.
And when all that happens consistently, we've seen many coaches build strong and fulfilling Beachbody businesses.
Some with very lucrative businesses.
So, speaking of income, we should probably tell you how you can make money as a coach.
Well, you earn a commission every time someone purchases a challenge bag or another item from you.
We handle all the logistics, warehousing, fulfillment, and customer service. You get people started and help them succeed.
And we help you with the rest.
And when your customers decide to become coaches themselves, That creates another business opportunity for you.
Because the more successful your team becomes, the more bonuses you can earn.
Some people make a little money each week and some make more.
And you get the whole package: a body transformation, a financial opportunity, and new friends. And that's pretty much how it works.
And if you decide it's not for you, you can always get your money back with our 30-day money-back guarantee.
But you have to get started if you want to know for sure. Once you see what you can achieve, that's when dreams start to happen.
It's just that simple. And that's how we succeed together.
Isn't that the cutest video ever? I love that video. It really does a good job at sharing the simplicity of what we do every single day, which is prioritize ourselves, work out, drink our shake, drink our supplements, live the lifestyle, then share, create challenge groups, bring on coaches onto our team that are passionate, and then create a business. So I love that video. Was that helpful for you guys? Okay, so there's some questions in the chat, and I'm going to get to them right after we invite Suzette Solares to share her story. You ready, Susie?
Hi.
Hi, take it away, sister.
All right. So I am a full-time Beachbody coach. I am a substitute teacher at my boys' school. I am a cross-country coach. So, and I'm a mom of 2 boys, and I'm married to my husband, and I've been with him for 21 years. So I do a lot of things. And my biggest excuse was always, well, I don't have time. I don't have time. I need to clean my house. Like, I just thought I couldn't do it. But I first got into the business because I became friends with Christy on social media. I actually didn't even know her at all. And I started watching her, and for like a whole year, she inspired me totally. Like everything she had was super contagious. And I'm like, well, I want everything that she has. And I had gotten into like a little bit of a depression because I had been a dancer all my life. My body was kind of like always, I was very active. So I was on the thinner side, and I felt good about my body. But then once I had kids, like everything changed. My body changed. So anyways, I finally just say, you know, I really need to make a change. I'm super depressed. I'm like feeling sluggish. I've suffered from anxiety. And so I reached out to her after a year of just watching her, and I'm like, okay, that's it. You got me, Christy, let's go. So I decide to do the 21-day fix, and I completely lose like 7 pounds, 7 inches. And for me, that's a lot because I'm only like 4 feet 11. Barely 5 feet. And I fell in love with the challenge group, and just people really just welcoming me, and the whole community was amazing. And I grew up like having a very rough childhood, and so I always felt like I wanted to do more with like other people and things like that, but I just kind of like was just going through the motion. I became a paralegal. That was not fulfilling. So anyways, I'm loving the lifestyle of the challenge group, and Christy tells me, why don't you just become a coach? And I'm like, absolutely. I got great results, fell in love with the community, fell in love with the whole lifestyle. And so I just started to share my journey. And at first I kept saying, well, you know, I don't have a lot of time to work the business, but little by little, it's like she said, you start prioritizing what's important to you. And I started really falling in love with the fact that our mission and our vision is to work on ourselves first. And I started realizing that I was really just becoming this other person, overcoming a lot of my anxiety. I used to suffer also from like binge eating. So I started to see that by working on myself and my mind with the personal development, I was just able to deal with the challenges that life was throwing at me. Because it does throw curveballs at you. I was just able to like have different perspective and go, you know, like be able to handle those things very differently. So I was already like feeling really good about the fact that I had gotten these great results, and I'm working on my mindset. So all of a sudden it starts to trickle into my marriage. And obviously I become a little bit more confident, and I have much more energy to deal with my kids, which before I wasn't. Like I was super sluggish, always on the couch. So I fell in love with that aspect too. And then emotionally, I started noticing that I was just connecting with all these other people that were like pouring into me, all these other coaches that are here, all the sister coaches. And I just was like, oh my gosh, I can't get enough. And I started to just really share my journey. And I didn't realize that I was kind of like building my own little tribe and attracting people to my team. And meanwhile, financially, I was also earning an income and I was able to contribute to my family, which I hadn't. My biggest dream was to be a stay-at-home mom. And even though I had that life, I didn't feel like if I had purpose. And everything was like, well, babe, I want to go do my nails. Can you hook me up? You know, everything was asking for money. And when I started seeing that I was able to have my own money and that I was able to contribute to the family and to our household, I started saying, you know, this is really like a full, well-rounded lifestyle. And you could just create this amazing life. And so I started creating this team, and people from social media that I didn't even know were just like, I want to do what you're doing. And so I realized that it became a very purpose-driven business, but it trickles in every area of your life. I'm a believer. I'm really big in my faith. And I just kept saying, my gosh, you know, I really believe that this is way bigger than me. And God could truly be seen by the impact that I'm making, by the difference that I'm making. And so I just kept running with it. And I was inspired every day by so many. I look at your faces and I'm like, my God, she poured into me and she poured into me. And I just was growing in knowledge as well. I started to become more confident, more of a leader. And I just noticed that, again, it just started like molding me into this person that I needed to be. And it's funny because my mom was the first one that was like, wow, you've changed. I remember where everything had to be like your house and it had to be perfect. And I'm like, yes, you're the one that taught me that. But then she started realizing that before I was like very retreated in my house. And now like I wake up and I'm like, all right, whose house are we going to today? Who are we going to work out with today? But I also always think, who am I going to impact today? Who am I going to change? Who needs to hear my voice? Who needs to hear my passion? Who needs to read my post about recovering, you know, anxiety and binge eating and, you know, being lonely and being depressed as a mom? You totally throw everything out the door and it just becomes about serving your kids or about serving your husband. And you start to think like, my gosh, you know, what about me? What's my purpose? Like, I remember looking up one day and I was just like, there's gotta be more to this life than just cleaning a house and serving my kids and my husband. And so, like I said, I started falling in love so much with the lifestyle that I just started sharing. And it's just completely like, it's almost like if I've created this life that I love simply by sharing my journey. And this is for everyone. I know that a lot of people always say, but I want to do what you do. And I'm like, no, everybody could do this. And the thing is that everybody needs it and they just don't even know it. The problem is that we let our fear get in the way. And I think that we, you know, start getting hesitant about making those changes because we all stay very comfortable with what we know. But it's about, like Becky said, opening up your heart, opening up your mind into something different, such different possibilities, and really just seeing that there's so much more out there. And you're not just working on you, you're working on you, but you're paying it forward. You're contributing to your family. You're gaining all these friends. I went in for a transformation for my body, not knowing that I was also going to get out of my depression. And I ended up gaining so much more. I ended up gaining all these friends. I used to be a Miami Dolphins cheerleader, so I always craved that team that, oh my God, where are my girls? And then I kind of lost it. When I became a mom, it was just like, I think I'm just supposed to like take care of them. And it's almost like if you forget about everybody else. Now I have this amazing team of people that I want to do life with and just really fill me in more ways than one. And I heard this weekend, I don't know if I said this already, but life gives you, or you experience moments and people, either they give you a dose of vitamin C or they give you a dose of the flu. And for me, Beachbody is multiple doses of vitamin C all day long. because like I said, not only are you getting it working on yourself, not only are you getting it based on your journey by pushing hard and doing things out of your comfort zone, but you're getting like poured into from this amazing community full of positive people that help you elevate too, and help you level up, and just help you become this person, that this masterpiece that you could actually be. They help you just become a leader. And I know that a lot of people say, well, that's not me, I'm really shy. Trust me, that when you start feeling this confidence just being poured into you, all this vitamin C every day, it's almost like if you lead with the heart, your passion just comes out. And it's like Christy said, you want to shout it from the rooftop, because you're like, I want you to have it, and I want you to have it, and I want everybody gets a car, you get a car, you get a car, you know? So I'm just like, I'm absolutely all in love with the entire lifestyle, not just one component. I can't wait to see what the future holds for me. And again, if you're ready to create a life that you love, simply share your journey, you know, join us, and you're going to see incredible things happen.
Damn, girl. That was amazing.
Thank you.
God, you know, it's just that you've come like such a long way. I remember like you're the queen. I call you the queen of consistency. You know that, like, she is the most consistent person ever. Like, she never misses a workout. She's always doing her hustle hours. Like, she's like consistent, and she always hits her, you know, her business goals. But at the beginning of your business, there was this like lack of vision, right? There was like, you know, you kind of didn't know your place. And then I think it was when you finally figured out, and I remember the day, and I remember the conversation. I even remember the conversation with a few people about this, that when you finally said, I feel like I have purpose, I was like a mess, you know? I was like, oh, she finally got it, you know?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And no, and just to see what's happened since then has been amazing.
Yeah, because you retreat and you don't, it's almost like if you don't believe in yourself, you know, you feel like, if, who am I don't have a voice, how am I going to be one to share? You know, I'm not a leader. Even today, when you ask me to speak, I'm like, you know, why am I being called upon? But I'm a believer that if, you know, if I share my passion, for me, God is being seen, and I know there's somebody out there that needs to hear that. And it's just, when you start feeling good about yourself, the confidence grows, you know, and you're also seeing that inspiration every day, because we're surrounded by this greatness all the time, even in the struggles, even in the darkness. I mean, our community just went through something difficult, and my goodness, we just saw so much light, so much good. We had all the support. It's just the perfect community to surround yourself with, to get through not only the good, but to get through the hard. So definitely, once I felt confident about, and I, like you said, I had this vision, I was like, forget it. Yeah. Like, this is it. This is it.
Well, thank you so much. That was fantastic. Perfect selection tonight. Pat myself on the back for that one. I really, 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 really appreciate you taking the time. I know you were at your boys' school and you ran home to get on, so I appreciate that. So I want to close this out in the next like 5 minutes. So if you guys can bear with me in the next 5 minutes, we're going to end this call, and I'm going to, it's going to be a call to action in your life. And I'm going to ask you to join our team, because I know that if I was sitting on this call tonight listening to these stories, I would jump in head first, not knowing what the result was going to be, but I was going to just trust in this process and say, why not me, and why not have all this positivity and influence in my life, and why not get healthy, and why not get a discount, and why not create a business out of this. Someone the other day on my social media, we were going back and forth, and I hope she listens to this call, so I might have to send her this recording, but she was going to law school, and because of an incident I think it was in law school or with a job, she said, this is not for me, and decided to go into social work. Now think about that. This is someone that was going to go and probably make a 6-figure income at some point of their career, to switch gears and go into government work and social work at that, which you're basically capped at a low income. Is it a fulfilling job? Sure, but there's really no way of making a substantial income. And I very boldly said that no one in this economy should struggle financially. No one should be overdrafting bank accounts. And I'm saying that boldly because there's so many opportunities out there to generate an income. Now with social media being free, you guys, social media is free. Instagram is free. Facebook is free. Your friends are already there. If you find something that you're passionate about and that changes your life, go create an income out of it. And for us as coaches, we have this pretty package for us. Like Becky says, it was a gift with a bow on it. This is what Beachbody is. We have everything. We don't care. You don't see inventory behind me. I'm not packaging boxes and sending Shakeology out. No. I just have myself, which I share my story to inspire others on free social media accounts. I pay a $15.95 business fee each month for Beachbody to take care of everything for me, including systems to grow our business, our coach online office, our share cart system, which allows us to create our customers' purchase carts, a Beachbody challenge tracker app so we can run our challenge groups in a more efficient way than on Facebook. And I can go on and on and on about all the things that we get as coaches for $15.95 with an endless possibility in the business, really. Whether it's small as $50 to start, or whether you're making $500 a week, $1,000, $2,000, $10,000 a week or more, which is a possibility for those that really have that big vision and work real hard, that you're getting all of that for very, very little. So if someone asked us, how do you sign up? So I wanted to address that. If you already have your challenge pack, then you can sign up, pay a $40 sign-up fee, and get that fee refunded. But if you're sitting on this call and you don't have Beachbody On Demand yet, you don't have your Shakeology or Performance Line supplements, you don't have your collagen yet, you don't have all these things yet, then you need to speak to your coach about what's the best package for you to get signed up. And the reason why you want to buy this thing called the Challenge Pack is because you get that $40 fee waived. You don't have to pay that $40 fee when you sign up with a challenge pack. And that challenge pack could range you anywhere between $140 to $300 or $400, depending on all the things that come in that challenge pack. But at its bare minimum, you need your Beachbody On Demand subscription and you need your nutritionals. And the reason why you need those nutritionals is because we really, really embrace the full lifestyle of health and fitness. It's not just fitness and it's not just health, it's health and fitness, right? So we have our fitness programs that are world-class, plus we have our world-class nutrition programs, plus nutritionals, which include Shakeology, which include our Recover formula, our Energize formula, you know, that yellow stuff that we drink every day in the morning and dance to it, that stuff. We have now bars, beach bars. We have collagen. We have Boost for our Shakeology. We have all these things that are so great. We also, Daily Sunshine is a kid's shake that is pediatrician approved. It's phenomenal. We have all of these amazing things. Plus, let me say that what's coming is really exciting. So Beachbody is a really dynamic business. The company, the team, our team is very dynamic, and I'll share a little bit about what you get for becoming a Diesel Nation coach. But Team Beachbody is a very dynamic business. After getting into this industry, which is direct sales or network marketing, you start learning about the other company. Now, I don't know all the other network marketing companies, but what I do know is how we're different from them. And one huge difference is how dynamic our product line is. And you can ask any of these coaches on this call. Every 3 months, sometimes even less than 3 months, we have something new coming out. Whether it's a new fitness program, which are always the most exciting for us. We have a new one coming out on September 30th for the extreme fitness junkies called 6 Weeks of the Work. We just launched Morning Meltdown 100, which is a 100 workout program that most of us are doing right now that's rocking our world. We have a bar program coming out in December to start the new year, which is a huge craze. So Beachbody is always following the trends or in front of the trends of fitness to give us the most dynamic fitness programs. On top of that, we're now getting seasonal flavors of Shakeology. Pumpkin spice, peppermint mocha, we're getting vegan bars. One thing I love about Beachbody is they listen. And when you're in health and fitness, you'll start seeing different things emerge from that. One of them is this vegan lifestyle. And I'm not saying I'm vegan. I love a good steak. I love all that stuff. But there are a lot of benefits of consuming vegan products. So Beachbody has created vegan Shakeology, vegan Recover formula. Now vegan bars are coming out in just a few weeks. And so we have all of these things that we get to share with all kinds of people, beginners, intermediates, advanced people that just want to focus on their nutrition, all of that, right? And that allows us to generate an income. Let's talk about our team for a second. The best quality. When you become a Diesel Nation coach, which is the team that you'll be joining, and within Diesel Nation, there are a lot of sub teams, right? Suzette has her own team. Becky has her own team. I have my own team. Melissa, Katrina, Christina, we all have Dixie, all have our own smaller tribes. Our big team is called Diesel Nation, right? And we are one big family. But Becky and I and a lot of our leaders have come together and we created a training website that's available to every single coach that joins our team. It's called Diesel Nation Academy, and it really, really just goes through, those first steps of becoming a coach plus other things. But Beachbody itself also has training programs, you guys, social media training, all of that stuff you will get. Don't let that overwhelm you right now, but it's going to be available to you once you become a coach. We have our team pages, which is, I think that's where the goods happen, plus our team threads. All of that you'll figure out in just a second, but that's where the magic happens on a daily basis, where we connect, where we help each other, where we try new strategies, and we really, really learn how to develop the business from each other. And then lastly, I will just say that it's a really exciting time to become a coach right now. And the reason is there's two things going on that I think, one you'll understand, one you won't understand too much, but I'm going to try to explain it really briefly. The first one is the New Year's coming. And our line of work really explodes in the next coming months. Between December, January, February, and March, when people are reassessing their health and fitness goals, they are looking around for Beachbody coaches. You better believe that those coaches that have been consistent and developing their stories right now really, really reap the benefit of the boom that happens every January. It's a great time to be a coach. Right now is that time where it should be you just learning, immersing yourself so that you can get ready for that and really benefit from that. The second thing is that every fall, our team does a fun internal competition. And I had new coaches come on board last year around this time and join that competition that saw their first sales, that hit we call Success Club for the first time, that advanced their rank for the first time to Emerald. Suzette, you went Diamond last year during the Olympics. I think I remember that, because it's fun and we do it together. And we also do a big donation to charity as a result of that, because our team is very philanthropic, which I'm very proud of. So that's coming. And so if anything, get excited about joining our team right now so you can participate in these things. And it'll be a lot of fun. So you guys, it's time for me to wrap up. It's been an hour. Thank you, Suzette and Becky. Do you guys have any final words to share? Or do you want me to just take it home? I'm going to take it home. Tonight's your night to think a little bit different for your life. We've inspired you. I want you to not let fear right now take over, because I know a lot of you are saying in your head, man, that all sounds good. That sounds great. I want everything they said is something that I need or want in my life, but and all the buts are starting to cloud the way that you're thinking, and it's starting to take over all that great feeling in your body, and you're starting to doubt whether you can do this too. Like I said earlier, you don't know until you know, and I will always tell you that it starts with you, and there's no downfall to that. There's no con in coming on as a coach and committing to a program and start drinking Shakeology and committing to your nutrition, right? There's no downside to that. So, but on top of that, there's a business here. And if you're struggling financially, or if you see something more for your life, like I saw, and like Becky saw, and like Suzette saw, then do something about that. Stop sitting on the sidelines, get in with us, get in the game. Think about being with us next year at our leadership retreat. Booty dancing, and in a different environment with a new squad and a team and people that are going to cheer you on in your life and not bring you down, or to arm you with the tools to deal with life, I think, because that's also an important thing. So you guys, I'm out. We're out. We'll share this recording for anyone that needs to hear it. And right now is the time to email or message or text message the person that invited you here and get signed up, and welcome to Diesel Nation. You guys have a great night, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.